Have you been blaming a slow metabolism for weight gain, for your fatigue, or for that stubborn belly fat? If that's you, you're not alone. But here's something to consider. What if it's not your metabolism at all that's the problem? What if it's something else entirely that is the issue? Let's dive into it in this video, see what's really going on during this stage of midlife and what to focus on instead of metabolism. So the whole idea that our metabolism is slowing is not really the full story. So aging in itself does not automatically mean that we are doomed to a slow metabolism or that our metabolism is failing the older that we get. This is a myth. Slowing down often means your metabolism is adapting to a bunch of different variables that have changed over time. That could be adapting to stress, chronic stress, even hormone changes that your body is undergoing in midlife, and or nutrient gaps or deficiencies, or even toxic overload, so heavy metal overload. So these are all contributing factors to how our body is functioning metabolically as a whole. So some reasons you may feel stuck or like your metabolism is slow is that your blood sugar may be unstable. And what that means is basically from skipped meals or meals that aren't properly balanced, or if you are under eating or restricting yourself, or potentially even over exercising. Or you can have elevated cortisol, so high stress hormone that's circulating indicates that the body prompts the body to hold on to more body fat, increases our cravings, and also can contribute to this feeling of fatigue and no energy, and also brain fog. The other contributing factor may be our quality of sleep. If you have poor sleep, this is going to mess with our satiety hormones, the hunger and satiety hormones. It will also contribute to our metabolic function, how well we process external foods and sources of energy that transmutes in our body to usable energy for us to keep going. The other contributing factor is muscle loss. As our muscle mass decreases, we as women can lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade after the age of 30, which is staggering. So if we're not actively building muscle, the loss can be happening. And what that contributes to is a lower resting metabolic rate, a lower BMR. But the good news is this is all reversible. So this isn't that we are failing. It's your body asking you to do something different. I think there's a couple of myths again to kind of debunk or at least examine here. And one of them is the most common, that midlife, my metabolism is dead or slow. It's just a part of aging. It's just natural. And I'm going to call bull on that because it is just simply a recalibration. When things have shifted, we need to support our body in a different way than perhaps what we have been doing, because what has worked in the past is not conducive to what is going on in our internal environment right now. So if you're thinking that you just have to accept this weight gain because you are getting older, that is not true. You can influence it with the right tools. And my friend, it is not downhill after 40. That is definitely not the truth. I would love to help you reframe this idea that our metabolism is a feedback system. It's responding to a bunch of variables, particularly that are driven by our lifestyle. So it's not betraying you. It is trying to get your attention and ask for help. Our body uses symptoms to communicate with us. That's how it waves a signal. It doesn't use words or language. It uses symptoms. So if we can start paying attention to it, we can actually start to shift it. Myself, not too long ago, I, perhaps like you, realized that my metabolism and how I was feeling, I thought had come to a little bit of a chug, not a grinding halt, but it was kind of chugging and not working the way that it once had, feeling so amazing. And what I've realized is that it was my level of stress that was contributing to what I was adding up to fatigue, some additional, my body wasn't like releasing weight. So the real issue here for me in this particular juncture of time was accumulated and chronic stress, which is something really to pay attention to. So the moment that I personally realized that my nervous system was the thing that needed help, not my metabolism, um, that's when things really started to shift for me. And I continue to focus on nervous system support. And that's why I want you to know too that your body is not broken. It really is truly trying to protect you. And given the proper foundation and tools, it wants to thrive. It wants to operate in its most optimal form. So we can do that. So what we can do, perhaps for some quick wins or some things to focus on instead, is to stabilize blood sugar. That means eating balanced meals, protein, fats, and complex carbohydrates on a regular basis, aiming for 4 to 5 hours in between meals that are balanced with all of the macros. And if you can prioritize strength training, building muscle mass, even if it's only 2 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week would be most ideal. The more muscle that we have, it increases our metabolic rate and it also increases our storage locker for glucose. And of course, it helps our mood and our physique on top of that, and vitality, and be able to hold up your body weight and carry your own groceries and all of those kinds of things. The other thing that we can do is support our own recovery, which means also just beyond sleep. Yes, that's very important, making sure we're having good quality type of sleep, but also managing our stress, looking at ways to reduce stress or calm our nervous system and prove to our nervous system that our body is safe enough to let go of what it may be hanging on to and this protective layer of additional fat. So supporting our circadian rhythms with light first thing in the morning, dimming lights at night, getting our body kind of enticed into restful stages. And if I may also propose getting mini little breaks into the day, little mini snacks of calm so we can engage the parasympathetic nervous system. So our nervous system practices relaxing rather than being stuck in go mode all of the time. So the idea here is for us to nourish ourselves and not restrict us. The idea to get your metabolism firing is not to reduce calories and exercise more. It's to give the body the nourishment that it needs. So your metabolism and mine will thrive when it feels safe, when it feels strong and supported. And that's really what our job to do here is today. And for each of us, that may be unique in terms of what may need support. If you know what that is, feel free to drop it here below. If there's some tools or apparatuses or suggestions that you need, I have plenty of guides. If you want to head to my website, they're free. There's a sleep guide, there's an energy guide, there's a meal plan guide, there's a hormone balancing guide. Feel free, have a buffet, take them all if you like, or a sample of each. So I just want to leave you with this. Instead of blaming your metabolism, let's start listening to it. It's not here to get you. It's not here to spite you. It's not tripping you up. So what if this fatigue that you may be feeling, the cravings, the additional weight, what if they are actually messages from your body trying to get your attention and let you know that it's looking for a new kind of support? Because I assure you that really is what is happening here. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments for me or any topics you'd like to hear about in the future, please drop them below and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.